Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and I'm welcoming you to my review of Clockers. Yes, I'm finally taking a look at Spike Lee's 1995 crime film, Clockers. What also makes this an interesting watch is not only is a Spike Lee joint, as it says on the cover, but this is also produced by Martin Scorsese. So you got two excellent filmmakers. You got a filmmaker who is known for these crime type movies like Goodfellas and Casino, which I have Casino, and he's like Departed and many other movies Scorsese did, Taxi Driver, but it was directed by Spike Lee. Now, this movie stars the usual Spike Lee cast. The usual cast has like John Turturro, who's the usual. I'm trying to think of anybody else. That's about it. But this runs down some different cast members. So let's talk about the cast. This has Harvey Keitel, John Turturro, as I said, Delroy Lindo, and it was kind of fitting to review this because Delroy Lindo was recently nominated for the supporting actor role in Ryan Coogler's Sinners. So I thought it'd be perfect to tackle this movie. This also has, as I said, it also has Mikael Pfeiffer, Isaiah Washington, Keith David, and Pee Wee Love among the cast. Now, Delroy Lindo did appear in Spike Lee's Crooklyn in 1994. So, what did I think of Clockers as a movie? Pretty good. Really good movie, I should say. Though the cover is weird. As I was doing research on this, the cover actually is a mimic to the Otto Preminger's 1957 film Anatomy of a Murder. In fact, when they went to design this, they actually mimic that cover. And also fitting because this movie was originally going to be a Scorsese directed movie, but he opted to just produce and gave Spike Lee control to direct the movie. And also, I think the reason is Keitel got the role because he was good buddies with Scorsese. He has appeared in almost, I believe, 6 movies with this director. Taxi Driver, I believe, Last Temptation of Christ, a bunch of other stuff that I'm just not thinking. So, yeah. So, let's talk about the movie now that I got the behind-the-scenes stuff out of the way. So, yes. Clockers is a 24-hour drug dealer, and Strike is the hardest working one on the streets. But for Strike's time is running out. When a local drug kingpin tips Strike off about an opportunity of achievement, a rival dealer ends up dead. And Strike suddenly finds himself caught between two homicidal detectives. One is Mizzy, I'm probably getting that wrong, who is only looking for an easy bus. From the other is Rocco, who's looking for something much harder to find, the truth. And when Strike's law-abiding brother confesses to the murder, Roscoe vows not to rest until he's sure the real shooter is behind bars. And let me tell you right now, this movie, as I said before, is really good. So, the movie, again, focused on Strike, who is the main guy. And he is involved in this, murder. So, we don't know who the guy who killed who the culprit is. So they're trying to figure out, these two detectives, like I said, Turturro and Keitel, they're trying to figure what's going on, who really did it. So it's kind of sort of that cat and mouse guilt kind of movie. We don't know who's guilty of this, who is sort of that. So we get Keith David, who is a cop, another cop, and he cannot stomach Strike. We get a young man played by Pee Wee Love, who is sort of like a big brother. I think it's his brother. I'm not sure. Isaiah Washington plays Strike's brother, and he is sort of the culprit. Not really culprit, but he's the guy who goes off to prisons to basically confess. So that's really what it is. And yeah, I really like this movie. The soundtrack is incredible, and Clockers is a unique film. It's a crime movie, but it feels, as I was watching the movie, it felt more like a Scorsese movie than a Spike Lee movie. It has that sort of Martin Scorsese type crime movie, you know, as I said, Goodfellas and Casino and Departed. Those movies Scorsese is known for. But what makes it so unique, oh, and Raging Bull as well. So what makes this unique is the character study. It's a character piece. But Lee does it in sort of a way that we don't know. He likes to make sure the audience, if he wants to play with the audience's brain, at times it made me think, in fact, I almost cried at one scene alone. And I'm like, there's a scene alone where the drug lord Delroy Lindo, who, he's like the drug lord, and he tells Strike that if you don't do exactly what it is, you're going to be DOA. You're going to be dead. And not really DOA, but you're going to be dead. So he has to try to figure what is he going to do. Is he going to hang out the drug lord, or is he going to clean himself up? Then he's with this young man, and the Keith David is a cop that doesn't like Strike. And he doesn't want him to hang out with this young man. If you hang out with him, then you will be behind bars. So he wants him to stay far away from the kid at all times. So, without spoiling, it's not really a spoiler, the kid shoots another guy, and now they think Strike. So the kid confesses to the cops, the two cops, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. So they're like, Keith David, who's a cop, says, I know this young man. I known him since he was a baby. He would never do something like that. So now he goes and tells the two, not really cops, they're detectives is what I meant to say. So he goes and talks to the detectives and says that, sorry about that, guys. So he goes and talks to the detective and says, I borrowed it from someone. Who's that someone? Strike. So he gets mad and now kicks the crap out of Strike and telling him, don't. And then he's like bleeding. I thought he had leukemia, but I could be wrong. He drinks chocolate milk, and for some reason, I don't know if he's allergic to the chocolate milk and there's like blood coming out of him every time. I don't know. This also marks the debut of Michelle Pfeiffer. Now, Michelle Pfeiffer is a really good actor. He's very talented. He's done a lot of things. In fact, the second movie after this he made was High School High. That's the first movie I discovered him, and then I saw him in 8 Mile. Then I saw him in the 2004 Dawn of the Dead remake, and he would later go on to star in the later seasons of ER. So he's a really talented guy, very talented. I think Lee casted him just perfectly. Clockers is just a really unique movie that it's a different take from the usual Spike Lee dramas. This is a Spike Lee crime film. He would do that again in a movie called Son of Sam and Inside Man, a movie I covered. I kind of want to get the only negative out of the way, then it kind of bugs me. The flare lighting, the lighting. There's a scene where they're at the police station interrogating the guy. So they interrogate Isaiah Washington's character, then Strike, and they interrogate and then they talk to the young man. Well, they don't interrogate the young man, they get him to talk. And then the young man, as I said, they say that we got a 12-year-old who murdered somebody. So the little boy is now guilt. But I want to go back to what the lighting is. When I reviewed Inside Man, I was not a fan of the lighting. The lighting was just really, it was bad on the eyes. I have the same problem with Clockers. It's the same problem I have with Inside Man. But I think Clockers did a better job with that. It's not so much, but it just irritates me. I don't know that. Also, Lee does this thing. Spike Lee does this thing where the camera will like zoom out. So I'm going to try to do it right here. So he'll zoom out like this, and while the character, I don't know if it's a Steadicam shot, but he'll do that for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Lee did that with Inside Man, and I think a few other movies he did. But I think it kind of works, though. I like that style. The New York setting is great. Yeah, everything about this movie is just very good. It's a well-made movie. Totiro's excellent. This would also be a year after he finished Robert Redford's Quiz Show. So he was in that before this. Keitel is good. I mean, anything these guys do are just really good. I don't know about Pee Wee Love. I don't know if he did anything else after Clockers, but I think he's really talented. Like, it's a movie that makes you think. There's times where Keitel interrogates Strike. I'm sorry. What was his character's name? Rocco. So Rocco interrogates Strike, but he like picks him and just kicks the crap out of him. At times I almost cried because I thought he was going to end up dead. But the ending, he's also big into trains. I forgot to mention that. So he's big into trains, and yeah, he's trying to change his whole life around. So that's really about it that I'm going to say. I like the tagline, when there's murder on these streets, everyone is a suspect. And that's true to what this movie is. So, not going to ramble too long. I've already talked about this. Oh, the soundtrack is really good. It has Seal, Mark Dursa. I haven't pronounced that right. He did a song in the movie, which is the opening song. Usually in a Spike Lee movie, the two Spike Lee movies he made, well, for Universal, had the fanfare. This one, no Universal fanfare. It's the song and then right into the movie. Also, this is the first time with the 40 Acres and Meal Filmworks logo at the end of the movie. So, yeah, that's really about it. So, like I said, aside from lighting issues, I still think this is a really well-made movie. I think this movie is very good. It's almost great had there not been that lighting issue. Like, when the lighting, I just don't like that. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it. At the end of the day, yes, Clockers is a must-see. I love Clockers. I got this movie with Taylor's Discounts when the store just opened, and I gotta say, this is one of the movies I knew I had to cover. I think I first heard about this movie when I was looking at the Universal filmography, and I saw that this was a Spike Lee movie, and when I watched Do the Right Thing, I wanted to see more of Lee's works, and this is a movie that popped up. I think I heard about this movie in 2011, so it's been a while since I even seen this. But I think, to me, Clockers is just really good. Sorry about the glare, guys. If you see like a glare right there, I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I would say yes. See Clockers. It's a well-made film. I think, personally, the whole cast is good in this movie. The trailer's really cool because actually the trailer had Ozzie Davis narrate the trailer, but that's really about it. So yeah, Clockers, definitely a must-see. So let's go ahead and rate this right now. I am going to go ahead and give Clockers, this was kind of more the seesaw back and forth. I had a hard time because right when the film started, after hearing that song, I thought it's going to be a 5 out of 5 for sure. But when that lighting came out, I had to drop it back down to a 4 out of 5. So therefore, I'm going to give Clockers a 4 out of 5. It's because of the lighting issues. I know that's minor, but I don't like that style of light. It's like, I don't know. Have normal lighting when you do interrogations. You don't need some fancy lighting to get an interrogation scene. I've seen interrogation scenes in movies that had better lighting. That's a big pet peeve, and I just don't like that. Everything else is great, but if it didn't have that, then it would have been a 5 out of 5. But I figured, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure, 4 out of 5 for sure. Yeah, give Clockers a watch. This movie is really, really good. And I will say right now, this is going to be tough, but I'm going to say this is probably going to be on my 10 best list. I know It was a better watch than Jungle Fever, I will say that. Jungle Fever still got the score I gave it, but Clockers was just better. It just has everything what I like about a crime drama. It's a crime drama. It's a gangster film. It's a character study. The ending is bittersweet. It has the best ending I've ever seen, and therefore it might squeeze into the 10 best list at the end of the year. So please see Clockers. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on this movie. Check this movie out. You will not be disappointed. So that's my review of Clockers. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get the video notifications so you don't miss a single video on the channel. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you don't miss. So I'm on Letterboxd, guys. Go check out my Letterboxd page. And I also got a ton of other content on the channel, like collection updates, reviews, Universal reviews, DreamWorks reviews, Vlog City. Tons of really good content on the channel. Don't sleep on it. Don't miss out. Just like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to get the video notifications so you do not miss a single video. So as I said again, guys, give Clockers a watch. I loved this movie. I think it's really, really good. Well-made crime drama. So that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies.